What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am a little bit north of St. Paul, Minnesota at QC Pizza. QC Pizza is a very unique style of pizza unless you're from apparently the border between Iowa and Illinois. There is a quad of cities, so 4, possibly a 5th city, that all specializes in this specific type of pizza where they add malt into their crust. Aside from adding the malt to the crust, the other thing that makes them a little bit more unique is they are putting the cheese on top of all of the ingredients. So this pizza is a pickle pizza that we're here to try. It's called Kind of a Big Dill, which I thought was super clever. So this is like a whole new pizza universe for me, this pizza. I'm really excited to try it. I feel like the crust is gonna be like kind of sweet and nutty from the malt. And you know how I love acid in pretty much anything. So pickle pizza, yes, super excited to try that. All right guys, I'm starving. I haven't eaten yet today. Let's go in and order ourselves a Kind of a Big Dill. Okay, so I ordered my pizza a little bit ago, and Dennis, the owner here, is, I believe, bringing it right out. He said he was just cutting it up. He put extra cheese on it. Yay, the pizza's here! And you see, it's sliced this way, all the way down, and then just one straight across. So Dennis is behind me, he's assisting in this. There is a garlic dill sauce, Canadian bacon, pickles, cheese, more pickles. Is that right, Dennis?
48 hours smoked Canadian bacon.
48 hours smoked Canadian bacon. My apologies. I've been wanting to try pickle pizza for the longest time. I've had it saved in my Twin Cities album for places I wanted to come and eat. It's a dream come true.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
Crust.
The bottom, nice and crusty. What else are we waiting for? Oh my gosh, that's so good. Also, the best cheese pull of all time.
I'm glad you like it.
Mm. There's such a good balance of saltiness and an acid, like that tang. I love dill, so if you're a fan of dill, you'll love this. There's dill just like sprinkled all over the top of the pizza. I really want just like a bite of just the crust. You really can taste a difference. It's like slightly sweet, nutty. I just love the crispiness that you're getting all around the edges and the bottom. So you're getting nice texture. Texture, a little bit of a crunch from the pickles, crispiness from the crust. Of course, you're getting like gooey cheese. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. I will say, Dennis was very nice and put extra cheese on my pizza. It feels like the sweet part of the crust kind of ties in like the sweetness from the pickles too. Like it just makes sense together. At the state fair this past year, they had, you know, they've got tons of crazy shit at the state fair, especially in Minnesota. And among the many crazy things, they had like all these different flavors of beer. And I tried s'mores beer, and there's another like sweet one, like, ooh, birthday cake beer, which was interesting. But the best beer was pickle beer, by far. I'm gonna pickle beer with this pickle pizza. Where does the pickle beer come from? I think it was only made for the state fair too, so that's kind of disappointing. I feel like there's a really good collaboration here though. Right, Dennis?
Oh, definitely.
It kind of reminds me of pan pizza with like the type of crispiness. You know, like New York slices, they do get like crispy on the outside, but it's mostly like crusty. If that makes any sense. There's a difference between crispy and crusty. This crust is crispy all around, which is why I like the Detroit style pizza so much. There's just more of that crispiness. But with the Quad City pizza, it's less bread, because you know Detroit is a pan pizza, so it's like a cross between a New York style and a Chicago style slice. So you get a good amount of bread. You can see, this is a thin crust pizza. So I wanted to bring up, if you are a Game of Thrones person, and I am, I think I'm gonna do a Game of Thrones mukbang on Thursday, and I wanna like talk about different theories. So if you guys have any like theories, or like you're wondering who I think is gonna survive, or who's gonna have the throne, and it's like the last episode and a lot of people have died. But I want to talk Game of Thrones with the Game of Thrones food that I will reveal at said time. So yeah, comment all of the Game of Thrones things below. I'll also do a little post about it in the community section and on my Instagram just to remind everyone. But I am like super excited for this last episode, and also really, really sad because it's all gonna be ending, and I think I just might start the whole series over from the beginning. My fiance is gonna absolutely hate me, by the way. I've done that with The Office and Friends like 3 times now. And then I watched How to Get Away with Murder. And now I'm on Scandal, which I'm obsessed with. Thank God I have that to fall back on because, you know, the throne is ending. Just freaking love the slice size, right? It's fun. More topping to crust ratio, even though the crust is delicious. Typically, with pizza, I feel like you get more crust on the outside, which I'm also, again, not a huge fan of. Like, I love crust, but it's always too much. Like, I want more of the toppings on all the bits of the crust. This is like, comes pretty much to the end. It's not too much at all. I want to know too, if you guys have had Quad City pizza, especially if you're not in the Quad Cities, please comment below and say where you've tried it before and how you liked it and what kind of Quad City pizza you had. So Scandal. I'd heard Scandal was good. I like Shonda Rhimes. How to Get Away with Murder got a little too crazy for me. But with Scandal, I am fully obsessed with Olivia and the president's relationship. It's like lights a fire in my soul. It's magnificent. And I feel like I'm only on, what am I on? I've just finished season 2. There's like 7 seasons. Like, how are they going to drag this relationship out that far? Is one of them going to die? Can't be Olivia. Is the president going to die? They've already tried to kill him once. Because it's like they're in love with each other and they're going to be with each other. And then they're like, oh, we can't. It's not the right thing to do. Meh. And then all of a sudden, Olivia hates everybody at the White House and they're enemies. And then they're back together. It's very confusing. I had to like rewatch a few of the episodes. This is my life. I just love to like watch TV before bed mostly though. My mind just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. If I am laying in bed without any like sound or any sort of stimulation, my brain needs to think about other things when I fall asleep. Otherwise, I just like my anxiety kicks in and I start worrying about what I need to do the next day or like things I need to do 5 months from now or things I did 10 years ago. It's no good. My fiance and I got a TV. It's a Roku TV, and it has an app. So I'm able to connect to the app with my headphones on my phone, and I can listen to it without any sound on the TV. And then he just puts an eye mask on because he can't sleep with any like. He has his like little fan on for white noise. Can't have any light. So I think it's actually working for us so far because before I was going downstairs into the living room and watching TV until 2 o'clock in the morning. And I would fall asleep down there and then have to wake up, go upstairs, fall back asleep. Not ideal. Huge fan of the crust. It's a very unique flavor. The particular type of malt that they use, it's like a cross between honey and molasses. And so it has like a very manageable sweetness, but also this like kind of caramelized nuttiness. And all of those things obviously go well with cheese. Think about a cheese board. Cheese, nuts, honey, preserves. Like there's always sweet things served with cheese, nuts served with cheese. So all of the levels, the flavor profile of the malt syrup, it just like lends itself to pizza. It's really brilliant. So I know you guys like ask me a lot about how do I maintain like the Blake diet, which if you want more information on it, there's a link below. It's basically keeping track of calories and macros, and it's really tough when you go out to dinner because most places don't have calories and don't have macros available. So you just sort of have to guess. This is mostly a carb fat dish. I have to think about that and then how many slices did I eat, and then I sort of compare that with somebody else who has the nutritional information for like a slice of pizza, and I add or subtract based on what, if I think that there's more or less calories. It's really not a science at all, and I wish there were an easier way to do this, but it's just, you know, it's not reasonable to think that you're never gonna go out to dinner, so you have to just figure it out. I'll probably eat a little less of this, and then I'll have more protein when I get home. Like I'll need to have more protein, and then that will inherently have more calories in it. I would rather stack up more on protein later on. So we'll see. I'll do 1 or 2 more slices here. Who would have thought putting pickles on a pizza would be so good? And I bet it would be good with bacon too. Just like crumbled bacon on top of this thing. Then it would be double pork and double pickles, which together is 4 peas, which is quad peas. And it's a quad pizza, get it? It's clever. Man. All right, guys, I am pretty full at this point, so I'm going to stop. I'm so happy that I came to try this today, not just because I wanted to try pickle pizza, which is really all I thought this was at first with, you know, just looking on the surface. But now that I've come and the owner, Dennis, has explained to me like what makes QC pizza or Quad City pizza special, I'm a huge fan of it. It might be one of my favorite styles of pizza now because of the crispy crust, that there's not too much of it. And these toppings in particular I loved. I mean, again, me and acid. I love acid, especially when you're putting it on something that's inherently rich. It just brightens it up, makes it not so heavy. Typically will make you be able to eat more of it, which I'm always a fan of. So yeah, I highly recommend kind of venturing a little further north to try this more unique style that you will not find anywhere else in the Twin Cities or really in most places in the United States. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I will put more info on QC Pizza below. I'll do I'll link the website, the address, and everything, so you have all the information on that, along with their Instagram handle in case you want to follow them there. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, my handle I will put right here. It is at @the_hunger_diaries. Basically, I put the teasers for these videos on my Instagram, but then there's a ton of other videos that I do there. And then I basically put my whole life in my story. I do like my workouts, beauty products, food products. I put highlights from all of the different cities that I've been to, all kind of just below my story and my story highlights. So if any of that interests you, definitely give me a follow there. And of course, if you like what you saw today, give this video a like, comment below what you'd like to see me eat next, or comment below if you've had QC Pizza before and what you thought of it. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified every time I post a new video, getting extra crazy, you can hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button and it'll notify you every single time I post a new video. All right, guys, thank you so much again for joining me today and watching me eat pickle pizza, which is kind of a big deal. All right, guys, I will see you on Thursday for Game of Thrones. Not telling you what food I'm making, but definitely tell me what you want to talk about. Comment below and tell me. I will see you on Thursday. Bye, guys.